I would never take credit for another man's work, cause I'm built like that, I'm standing on biz. Fuck your thoughts and your feelings, stacking money to the ceiling. This is month we make a million, standing on biz. Yeah, less about the rumors that will go around. For a fact, street legend and I hold it down. I don't need a witness to get with this. Just know, I'm standing on biz. Fell off well, fell off when, fell back when. You fake nigga pretend you ain't shedding your skin. Shaking hands, acting like you really.
That's man. The Plug 87, we live right now. We live right now. Make sure y'all get over there and like, share, and subscribe. Plug 87. Y'all about to tap in. We got Aliva Beirley here with us. We got Coach Pete here with us as well. We about to take off. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share. We're going to give y'all a couple more seconds to do so. Until then, check out some of these hats right now. I'm doing $20. Today's the last day. We're doing some of the plug hats for $20. Make sure y'all tap in. We're about to get started here soon.
I would never take credit for another man's work, cause I'm built like that, I'm standing on biz. Fuck your thoughts and your feelings, stacking money to the ceiling. This is month we make a million, standing on biz. Yeah, less about the rumors that will go around. For a fact, street legend and I hold it down. I don't need a witness to get with this. Just know, I'm standing on biz. Fell off well, fell off when, fell back when. You fake nigga pretend you ain't shedding your skin. Shaking hands, acting like you really niggas friends.
This is the plug number 87. We are live, baby. I appreciate all the support. Everyone coming through last night was a great time at Beirdly Lux. Tonight, or today, we have a great podcast lined up for y'all. MMA fight night coming up here live in San Antonio. Right now, it's all about Miss Aliva Beirley. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, appreciate you coming through. We also got Coach Pete coming through as well. Got a lot of stuff lined up. How you been doing, Coach?
I've been good, man. Life is good. I can't complain.
Hey, man, it's beautiful, beautiful day, man, and got two great spirits right next to me, and this is a hell of a podcast, number 87. Make sure y'all tap in. Hey, we got March 24th coming up. Tell us a little bit more. You get to fight here in San Antonio as well. Tell us a little bit more of what we can expect and prep us up a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, finally, we are going to be making the pro debut. Last year was definitely a whirlwind, but yes. We are here. So looking forward to that. It'll be at Cowboys Dance Hall.
Nice, nice.
And, I fought at a bunch of different places, but there's like something special about Cowboys. The atmosphere is kind of grungy. Like I don't know. I've liked other places that I fought, but I definitely really like Cowboys, so I'm excited to make my debut. Even though I'm not from San Antonio,
yes.
I do like to think of San Antonio as kind of like my hometown crowd, and
yes.
I have a home here, so definitely just blessed to get to do what I love and finally start to get paid for it too.
Yes,
so
that's a real blessing. That's a real blessing. And a lot of people take the hustle and look at what you're doing right now. Behind the scenes, you also work for LA Fitness, and you're just like, not like a salesman. No knock to our salesman, but man, you're a VP at LA Fitness. Am I correct?
Yeah, so I'm a district vice president.
Nice, okay.
And I have clubs here in San Antonio and Austin, so it's definitely a juggle, you know.
Nice. How do you juggle you're doing such a great job doing what you're doing? It seems like it takes pretty much your whole time, though.
Well, you would think I'd actually be able to physically juggle, but I can't. And I think I just spend too much time juggling all my responsibilities.
You're already choking and punching and kicking everything else. You don't need to juggle nothing.
Not one of my talents, but I think it's just having like a disciplined routine. There's not a day that I get everything done. Like it just never happens. But the most important thing's my training, and obviously I'm at work from 8 to 6:30. So I have to either train in the morning before that, and then I take the classes with Pete after that.
Yes.
And then everything else just kind of gets squeezed in around. So just, doing things that you don't necessarily want to in the moment, but will get you where you want to go. It's just that discipline of kind of juggling the two.
Hey, there she go. Plug talk. That's what we're talking about. What's some of the things that you kind of picked up since you've been working with Aliva, and, she seems like she's very dedicated to her craft.
She is, man. She's since she's been with me, she's kind of stepped up and played a role as being one of the leaders on the team. Essentially, for the fight game, she's the queen of PSMT right now. So,
talk to him.
She's next in line, and she does everything that she's supposed to. She leads by example. She tries to help everybody too. So that's one of the good qualities about her, and she takes accountability, which I need a lot of my other fighters to do that. But she does very well. It's not very often that I'm disappointed in what she does and how she performs. So she's been a breath of fresh air for the team.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I know that you have a lot of things going on as well within your camp. CJ taking care of business.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more. I think he's lined up for a couple days. He's going to be fighting, right?
Yeah. He's going to be fighting on March 9th in Miami. It's a big card, man. It's a very big card.
That's what's up.
And
UFC Miami. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So he's got his stuff coming up, man, and he's been training pretty hard. And we just ready to get back in there. It's been a minute, and we ready to get back in there and make some things happen. Yeah. And if he continues to perform and do his thing, it's just opening doors for, the next people in line that's coming up.
Yeah, speaking of the next people coming up in line, we got her right here on the plug, 87. You know what I'm talking about? I got to watch a couple of your fights as well. It gets bloody in there. It gets bloody in there. It gets y'all in there scrapping for life. What is going on, man? Like, tell me a little bit more about getting prepared for fights and mentally. You 6-0 currently, amateur, and then about to do pro debut as well. Tell me, like, preparing for your fights and stuff like that.
So there's definitely like a switch that flips. Because I love training. Like I love every aspect of it, even the sauna, the gym, the cardio. To some extent, I even like the diet, the discipline of it all. But I think that, when it comes to like the camps, I'm just really focused on more in terms of technical situations. So I kind of start cutting back everything else. But for me, it's like each fight, I just focus on cleaning up the things that maybe I didn't do as well as I wanted to. Pete's very good about making sure that, I know exactly what like needs to be fixed. And so I think each time I try to get better than I was the last time. We do have a general kind of understanding of the person that we're fighting, so there's always a little bit of strategy, but I think for the most part, he really just focuses on helping me use my strengths and then, clean up and fix my weaknesses.
That's what's up. I've definitely seen you. You're almost like a pit bull in that ring. I can't even lie to you. I've seen where it looked like you were down and out in one of your fights, and you were able to flip the switch. And I mean, you were bleeding and everything. I was like, what is going on? Like, so I got to do my research, you know what I'm saying? But when you see blood, that doesn't discourage you?
Honestly, it excites me a little bit. I mean, I think that it's like, oh, this is real. Like, and as crazy as it might seem, I think when I'm out there in the cage, I feel very alive. Like all of your senses are heightened. Like you can kind of feel your pulse, you can feel your heart beating, I can feel my breathing, I can hear my coach's voice, and everything else is kind of still and quiet. Man. And the stakes are like super high, and things like your adrenaline, I'm sure my heartbeat is going crazy, but it doesn't feel that way in the moment because I'm just like, I'm really alive right now. You're more aware of like life and death in that moment. Yeah. And it's like just, I don't know, like you can't really describe it unless you've experienced it.
Oh, yeah, you damn right. Because you over there had to choke out one of the girls. And I was like, oh, my goodness, man. That adrenaline rush is crazy.
It is.
So you mentioned you like to call San Antonio your hometown, but where are you originally from?
So I was born in a small town in Kentucky. I was born in Maysville, grew up in Flemingburg. So I have love for both towns. Yeah, love for both towns.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And how do you kind of like San Antonio overall? How has it made you feel like home in a sense?
It's definitely growing on me. I think when I first moved here, I was kind of hesitant because I was happy where I was prior, but the longer that I've lived here, the more I've just realized that there are so many like genuinely just good people that are willing to help you out. But I think the real turning point was when I found my gym. It's like I have a home and a family away from my home and my family. And it just makes it all, the transition easier, and it makes everything feel right. That's
what's up. We tapped in right now, plug 87. We got Coach Pete and Aliva Beirley here with us. Make sure y'all tap in March 24th. Y'all better go out to Cowboys, get your tickets right now. We also got some more of your fighters that are going to be on the fight card as well on March 24th.
Yeah, we got who else we got? Marcel Mickens, and we've got Sterling Smoke, the Gentle Giant. Yeah, we got him. So we've got what, 3? I think that's all we got on the card.
That's what's
it's
up.
about 3, you know, but you know, I'm glad because initially it was looking like I was going to have 8 to 10 people on the card. And I'm not trying to do that.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
That's a lot of busy work. But
That's
I'm glad it's kind of filtered down to what it is. And, you know, we got CJ early on, then we've got 3 more at the end of the month. So it kind of works out. Yeah.
Very exciting month. Make sure, how can we tap in, plug in, get some tickets, get out here and support? Is there a website or anything we can tap in, or we just hit y'all DMs?
What is it, FuryFC.tv or .com, something like that? Yeah, something like that.
We'll post the link. Or if you see me out and about, I'll probably have some tickets in hand.
She'll have some in hand.
That's what's up. Out and about, LA Fitness, make sure y'all check her out as well. I heard a story as well. You had Dana White pull up on you at LA Fitness. Is that true? Is that true?
Yes.
I saw a picture. I was like, and then, well, I'm going to get to the real true part about the story. But tell me a little bit more about meeting Dana White and stuff like that.
So it was actually the day after I'd won the title fight.
Yeah.
So I had just become the bantamweight amateur champion for Fury.
Yes.
And
shout out the champ.
I was at work the next day because I still have to do both, right? That's kind of like the discipline part of it. Yep. But you know, my hair was still braided. I didn't really have any like damage to my face or anything, but I brought my belt in because all my employees wanted to see it, and so it was sitting at the front desk. And Dana actually just comes up because he was working out. He was hitting, I think, legs. Or maybe he wasn't hitting legs, but he came over and he had his phone and he was looking down. He's like, "Do you guys have an Instagram? Like, I'm trying to tag you guys." And was actually telling us this pretty funny story where he wasn't doing leg press, but the guy next to him was a big dude that had the thing like maxed out. And so he asked him to take a picture of him on it, but he didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
And he was going to post it to his story, so sorry to expose you.
There you go.
That actually didn't happen.
I was going to say, I swear I seen that number on there. I was like, Dana White leg pressing that, he ready to get in the ring himself if that's the case.
Yeah, no, right. But yeah, then we started talking because he saw, you know, he asked about the belt and asked about, you know, just my age, how long I've been fighting, some general information.
That's
obviously knew Pete. So, and then I FaceTimed with Mick Maynard. So that was pretty cool too. Man. I just I'm sitting here and it's just like manifesting, you know.
Right there.
Right
there. And then you on the clock. Hey, LA Fitness, get her right now. But that is too dope. As far as, you know, meeting him, I also heard that he mentioned you later on as well. How did that make you feel afterwards? Like making, like, you know, it's one thing to have that interaction, but then for someone to really truly cherish that interaction and speak on it, it's another.
Yeah, I think the impression, you know, I feel confident that I did make an impression. I think he actually thought I was a pro already. And so, you know, I definitely, that might have worked a little bit to my advantage, but, you know, I think just being able to speak with him and, you know, for him to kind of get a little bit of a background in that one-on-one FaceTime, you know, put a name to the face, and now I'm sure he's watching.
Yeah, we in there. He's plugged in just like we are right now. As far as March 24th goes, tell us what we can expect. Anything, you know, you kind of going in, preparing for the fight?
Well, like most times, I do just focus on being super well-rounded.
Yep.
Now that it's pro, there's a few extra tools and tricks that I get to play with,
Shout
you know,
out
in the
to
playground.
Your pro debut. Exciting, yes.
So, yeah, I've been working on some elbows, you know, just working on some clinch and things like that.
Yeah.
But as general, you know, I love incorporating the wrestling, doing a lot of jiu-jitsu, no-gi, and just wrestling classes as well. So for me, it's all just about making sure that I feel equally comfortable standing up on the feet or on the ground.
That's what's up.
And you know, yesterday did a little bit of one-on-one with Coach. So he's keeping the secret weapon, you know, keeping my hands crispy.
I guess I'm gonna make y'all go to the Instagram to see the secret weapon, because I seen it. I held my side instantly. I was like, yeah, I don't want one of those. Did you guys kind of see the merger recently with UFC and wrestling, in the sense of kind of doing something together? What do you kind of feel about, you know, the merger and things like that?
I mean, honestly, man, I don't want to get on that topic.
Oh man, we on the plug.
That's a hard topic.
Okay.
Because I've been to Congress to argue for fighter rights, and this whole merger thing and how they're doing this thing, getting this money, and how they pay the fighters. I mean, it's a whole dynamic that's really tough. Being a former fighter, it's really tough for me to see the things that kind of go on with the current fighters, and we got a team of guys and a group of guys that's trying to go out there and get some legislation passed to help these fighters, and it's looking like it's going to be shut down because certain situations I ain't going to discuss because I have a relationship with the company. I'm forced to have a relationship with the company because all my guys and all my fighters, their goal is to get in the UFC.
Correct.
So I can't damage my relationship with the UFC for the simple fact that I've got people that want to be there, and that's their ultimate goal.
Hey, talk to them real quick on the plug. Hey, clean it up. Hey, that was a broom, mop, and everything. Hey, that's what's up. What do you kind of think about, the merger as wrestling and UFC kind of merge together in a sense, kind of have that little program? You think it's like,
I mean, for me, coming from a business background and understanding what it's like to run not just one business but multiple gyms and understanding I feel like it was just a business move, and you got to respect the hustle. If the purpose is to grow, dominate, make money, then I think that he, was probably a step in that direction. Yeah. Just taking over the entire market essentially. Yeah. So
monopolize.
Yeah, there's
all the bad things.
Yeah, there's obviously a certain level you've got to be very focused on if that's your mission doing it. So I think he did a strategic move if that's what his focus is.
Makes sense.
So if you think of it, now, see, you done pulled me into
it. Nah, man,
you done pulled me into it. So now when people think about mixed martial arts,
correct.
What is the first thing they say? You do UFC?
Correct. Yep.
UFC is a promotion.
Uh-huh.
It's not the art.
Not the art.
The art is mixed martial arts.
Correct.
So they've been able to brand this situation or this sport. The brand is their name.
Yep.
And not what the actual sport is. And
it's like UFC, then you have MMA.
Oh yeah, people all the time will be like, you do UFC.
Yeah, so
not yet, but sure.
So kudos for them for being able to do that. But when people say to me, I want to train UFC, I don't know what that is. I know the promotion, but if you want to train, you talking about mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I mean, they've done a great job with that. But there's the positives and the negatives. You know what I'm saying? I see it, and I see both sides of it. Correct. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get off of that.
I love it. We here.
Get off of that.
We here. We enjoy a conversation. I wanted to bounce it back off to you as well. I mean, we seen Ronda Rousey having to make that transition from MMA to wrestling. WWE wrestling. Would you think about doing something like that, or you feel like look, this is early on the podcast too, because maybe a couple years she's probably gonna be the world champ. But do you feel like it's kind of like selling out to go towards wrestling? I want to know from the fighter's aspect, because I seen Brock Lesnar do it, I seen Ronda Rousey do it, and then kind of go back and forward. What's your take on that?
I mean, I guess it just depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
For me right now, my sights are set on winning my pro debut first, and then from there, getting into the UFC, and then from there, taking over. A lot of people might think that that's crazy, and a lot of people ask themselves why, but for me it's like, why not? Why can't it be me?
Yep.
If I'm willing to put in the work, and I'm willing to put in the work again and put in the work again, and I'm just gonna outwork everybody else. I'm gonna be more consistent, more disciplined, and I think this is one of those sports where it doesn't just take talent, and I think that mental toughness and that. So there's a lot of things you have control over, and I feel very confident in those things. Obviously, anything can happen at any point in time, and I'm aware of that. But I don't know. I just feel like the second that you start to entertain any doubt, then you've already lost. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like that's my goal right now. Who's to say once I get to that point, and maybe I'm at a point where I want to start a different chapter or phase in my life, and our bodies, people don't realize what the sport does to your body. My goal is to be like Pete whenever I'm Pete's age. I want to be able to still beat up people at my gym, you know? And so there's got to, you know, I'll have to listen to my body too,
Yes,
you know, because I do fight very aggressively and physically. And so, you know, obviously got to stay in tune with that too.
I can't believe you're on my podcast. Get her away from me right now. I've seen you throw some good straights, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You too close right now. You got to back up a little bit. But no, that's really good. Tell me about one of your fights that was one of your favorite fights that you had so far in your career. Can you name just one?
Gosh. Well, I mean, there's never going to be another fight like my amateur debut. Like, I had never done any kickboxing. Like, I just kind of jumped into the sport. And I'd played a bunch of team sports, and I don't know, there was just something different about literally having having the ref like pull you off of somebody that you were just like, you know, there's no comparison to that feeling. You know, I am a nice person, but
hey, right now I'm all like, oh my goodness, and Coach Peach is like, yeah, you know, this is what we do, and she's over here like, I'm beating them down. I'm just like,
it's like,
man.
If you're competitive, and that's what I see it as. I'm not like a violent person. I'm just a very competitive person, and I love the physicality of the sport. It's like physical chess, and you're just dominating somebody else. You know, there's just it is what it is. So
pause. Pause. She said so. We had to back to it. Scary hours right here. Scary hours on March 24th as well. Make sure y'all get there. What do you expect from her on March 24th?
I mean, I expect her to do her thing as always. As long as she, you know, listens to the coaches, you know, follows the process, she should be successful. But, you know, like she was saying earlier, it's more so about owning in on her own tools, because, you know, she's having problems finding people to fight her. So we can't focus on, you know, this particular person and have a game plan and a strategy for one person, because it might switch in a week or two. So as long as she's improving on everything that she can control, then I think she's going to be successful regardless. But, you know, some of these chicks need to step up and start running.
Yeah, I talked to them.
That's all I'm saying.
You've been able to work with her for a while now. What has been the difference from when she first started with you to now, where we're about to make our pro debut?
Fundamentals. Her fundamentals are getting better and better every time she performs. And, you know, that's the key. You know, you want to force people to do what you want them to do. I call it conditioning a response. I'm going to condition you to make you do what I want you to do, and then I'm going to change it up and I'm going to hit you with something else, because you're expecting what I've been making you look at the whole time. But she's man, her drive, her competitiveness. You know, one thing I always tell her, she needs to relax. She can never relax. It's all go 100% for her all the time. It's just, like, yo, relax. You know what I'm saying? But
110.
You know, but when she catches a mistake in a fight, she will jump on it and lock it up. And so one of the things those girls can't do, if they make a mistake, it's probably gonna be a wrap.
That's what's up, man. We excited. I'm definitely gonna pull up in the building. We go bring my. Am I allowed to bring my bell? Cowbell out there. I'm gonna
see why not.
I'm gonna bring some noise. I'm coming with the noise. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets as well. Before I let you go, I wanted to know what got you into. My biggest thing about the plug really is giving the opportunity for everyone to talk about their outlet. You know, I use the plug as, you know, Christ being an opportunity to give us an opportunity to, you know, use our outlet. When did you figure out, hey, this is what I'm gonna use to, you know, use it for like therapeutic and use for my outlet in a sense?
I mean, obviously there's a lot of things that I think mold and shape somebody from an early age. I think the most recent thing was whenever the pandemic happened and things started to just get like pretty sketchy, and I was living in Chicago at the time, and I was in a sketchy situation where I didn't feel safe. And I decided that I never wanted to feel that way anymore. I didn't want to be a victim. I didn't want to you know, so I wanted control, and started training MMA. And I think the first time that I went into a gym and then got straight up kicked in the face hard, you know, that feeling of like, I just felt very alive, you know, and I think it's one way for me to channel all of the stuff that I go through at work. You know, anytime that you're in the business with people and,
Yeah.
and competitive in sales and, you know, that kind of thing, and you're managing people,
Yeah.
it takes a lot, you know, and you can't always say the things you want to say or do the things you want to do, right?
I was going to say, to put the picture to the face, he's like, hey, yeah, it's on tonight.
So there are sometimes he can probably attest to this, come into practice a little bit more like on edge than others.
Yeah.
But it's just being able to channel that. It is there, you know, and I think once you've been in a situation where you're either like literally being choked out or getting like just peppered with punches, you realize like all that stuff is just so small. Like it's just such like a small piece of life, you know, in the grand scheme of things. And it just minimizes all the other stuff, and I feel very blessed, and I'm like, all right, we're good now, you know.
That's dope, man. Man, that's crazy. Hey, make sure y'all get y'all tickets before, again, as far as your goals, what kind of you got set up for the rest of the year for 24? Again, March 24th, make sure y'all go check her out. Pro debut. We take care of business. What else you got lined up for, you know, the rest of the year as far as goal setting goes? I know you can't look too far. You know,
yes,
you don't want to look too
no,
far.
I understand. Obviously, I mean, for me, it is very much so one foot in front of the other, very, very focused on what's coming up next. But I think in terms of like long term, I want to be active again this year. I did 4 fights last year and was the amateur fighter of the year. So I don't see why I can't run it back and be the pro fighter of the year this year. So here I am coming for you.
That's what's up. Bantamweight champion.
There we go. I want another belt, and then I want to get the call. You know, obviously, if it's not on that exact timeline, I'm willing to keep pushing forward until it does happen. But that's what I'm running for.
Hey, we here for your whole journey. I'm excited to be able to get plugged in by, you know, Coach Pete and getting to meet you, you know, definitely before you on that big ass skyscraper in Vegas, you know, for UFC, whatever number we on. I'm be like, hey, wait a minute, she was on, do I get some change or something? Send something down to the plug, you know, something. So we're going to be there. As far as, you know, upcoming for the rest of the year, I know you got some fights for March. What else you got kind of lined up for the remainder of the year, Coach?
Man, I'm so busy. I got my kiddo with club volleyball and track and field, and then we're gonna have summer track, and then we got, you know, we're gonna have fights throughout the summer, I'm sure. I'm just busy, man, just on my grind, and you know, just trying to make people better. And make my kiddo better, and just, you know, just live life and do my thing.
Make sure y'all tap in with Coach Pete, man. You making I want to say a clinic, but man, you making a whole portal right there that you kind of, you know, tapped into. So,
hey, it's a lot going on. You know, I got my jump training. Our new gym, our new location is about to open up.
That's what's up.
And that's exciting, man. 10,000 square foot facility, and yo. Hey,
okay.
If you hadn't plugged in with me now, don't be trying to plug in when a new spot open up. That's all I'm saying. It's too late. It's too late. But if you brand new and you want to come to us and you want to train and you want to get better and you want to be around world champions and future stars, Spread Hyper Systems, RPBJJ is where it's supposed to be.
Hey, you got it right now. Any quick shout outs, anything that you want to let people plug into before we get out of here?
Nah, just be there March 24th. I'll make it worth your time, I promise.
Hey, we in the building. We appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been nothing but a blessing. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I got my caps up here again, man. Make sure y'all tap in the plug SATX. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We go bless y'all's game real quick. Make sure y'all tap in. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. We out.